Okay, so I've got my scarf fully cut out, and I've gone ahead and pinned the two sides, pinned the two pieces of the scarf together along the two long sides. You have to put the right side, so the good side of the material, touching the other good side of the material. My yellow is chiffony, it doesn't really have a good side, but you can see that my flower pattern on the bottom does have a good side. So the back looks like this, it's all washed out. I don't want that to show when my scarf is done. We call that the wrong side. Here's the right side of the fabric. So I'm using this as the right side of my yellow, and this is the right side of my pattern. I put the two together and I pin them down nice and smooth, edges very close to being together. There's some small little bits here and there, but that's okay. That's mostly cutting errors on my part, so I'm not worried about it. The fabric is nice and flat all the way along, and I don't want to sew up this last 3 inches of material on either side, at this end or at the far end. So I've placed 3 pins side by side closely like that as my signal, like a reminder at the machine that I should not sew this part. If I do sew here, I'm going to have to pick it out with a seam ripper. So it'd be great if you all remembered this step and remembered not to sew here. When I get to the machine, I'm doing a 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way, and I'm going to back stitch here. So I'm not starting at the end of the fabric, I'm starting where my pins are. I'm going to go forward and forward and maybe back one more time. So the length all the way up. If something happens, if I run out of thread, I stop, back stitch there to tie a knot, rethread the machine, and just continue where I left off. Always back stitching to tie a knot with the machine. So I'm going to do all the way up and back stitch, and then do the other side as well. So I'll have a big long tube that is empty on both ends when I'm done.